Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we just got the first official trailer for Green Lantern Beware My Power, one of our upcoming DC animated movies for 2022. Now, already we got Catwoman Hunted, and we have Constantine House of Mystery coming out later this month, I believe. And now we're going to be having Green Lantern Beware My Power. And this is actually going to be connected to this new DC animated movie universe that was, of course, kicked off with Superman Man of Tomorrow, continued in Justice Society World War II, and then also Batman The Long Halloween Part 1 and 2. So this is continuing that new universe. We get to see some returning characters here, some connections to the Justice League, so that's pretty cool. And I'm really excited to see where this universe goes. And I'm also just excited to see a really cool Green Lantern movie, because obviously when I was watching this trailer, I was excited about the cool Justice League, like, oh, DC Universe stuff, but also just excited about the Green Lantern stuff, because this looks like a really good Green Lantern movie. So that's something I'm really excited for, and hopefully we can get something this good in live action one day. We'll wait and see on that. But for now, guys, let's go and jump into this and break down the first visual trailer for Green Lantern Beware My Power. So we have the Warner Brothers animation logo. Also, by the way, you may notice in the bottom right corner, this is an IGN exclusive trailer. We got the DC logo. And then we open up on the Watchtower as John Stewart enters here. And we have the Justice League, which is really interesting and also kind of confusing, because what is going on with the Justice League in this universe? Because we have Vixen, Martian Manhunter, and Green Arrow. Now, Martian Manhunter, he was introduced in Superman Man of Tomorrow. Green Arrow was introduced in the post-credit scene for Batman The Long Halloween Part 2. Vixen, this is our first time seeing her. So, where does this take place in the timeline? Like, in that post-credit scene for Long Halloween Part 2, it seemed like Green Arrow and the Flash were showing up to recruit Batman to join the Justice League. But has the Justice League already been a thing here this whole time, and now they're just going to get Superman and Batman and Flash to join the team? Or is it something that this is a time jump and this is like a year or some sort of time past Batman The Long Halloween, where the Justice League is now formed off screen? I feel like that's probably what happened. I guess we'll see. We don't see Batman or Superman in this trailer, so I don't know if they're going to be in this movie as well. But it is cool seeing Martian Manhunter return. It's great seeing Green Arrow in action here. Also Vixen, which is a character you don't get to see very often either, but she makes a great addition to the team here. And you have that great look at Martian Manhunter, and they're kind of like, oh, intruder alert, so they kind of go into defense mode here. Green Arrow whipping out his arrows, and they're ready to take down this brand new intruder, until Vixen points out, whoa, he's a Green Lantern. So who is this John Stewart guy? And by the way, I'm really glad that they're going with the whole John Stewart storyline for this movie, because, you know, Green Lantern obviously isn't as big of a character as he used to be, but usually when you see Green Lantern, it's Hal Jordan. So I like they're mixing it up here with John Stewart. He's a really cool character as well. Another great look at Green Arrow. And then we see that we're actually going to be getting his origins of how he got the Green Lantern ring. So you see that the Oa Guardian is falling to Earth, dying. And so he's just going to go check it out, because, you know, big boom, big explosion, gotta go investigate, see what's going on there. And this is where you see one of the Guardians, he's dying. So I was like, oh, I gotta give up my ring. And John Stewart is like super confused, because like, whoa, spaceship, aliens, tiny blue guy in an oversized robe, and a Green Lantern ring. And all of a sudden that guy dies. Whoa, spoilers. So he dies, he shrivels up, and all that's left over is now the ring, where now that ring is going to go to John Stewart, because he has the willpower that is required to become a Green Lantern. So he becomes the brand new Green Lantern. And so we don't get really a full great look at his Green Lantern suit in this trailer, except for just really quick at the end. But from what we have seen, he looks pretty cool. We also see that Sinestro is going to be our villain of the film, which is great. I love Sinestro. Of course, a classic Green Lantern villain. I love his design here as well. He looks really interesting. And also just seeing the use of these Green Lantern powers with the power constructs, that's great. You get to see a great look at some other Green Lanterns here, some classic characters from the Green Lantern Corps. They look great. We get a nice shot of Oa. And also, what I believe is Hal Jordan. So I believe Hal Jordan is going to be in this movie as well. John Stewart is going to be the main Green Lantern, most likely the new Green Lantern. But just based off these shots here, it looks like possibly even a flashback to maybe Hal Jordan dying, because you get to see the Thanagarians are also involved here as well. Of course, the species of Hawkman and Hawkgirl. I'll talk about that more in a second. But this does look like Hal Jordan. You can kind of see from the domino mask with like the white glowing eyes, the brunette hair. It just looks like Hal Jordan, and he doesn't really look to be in the greatest condition here. So I feel like maybe he dies. And that's what leads to now we need John Stewart as Green Lantern in this universe. Now, speaking of the Thanagarians, we have Hawkgirl here as well, which of course is a welcome addition, especially since we're dealing with John Stewart's Green Lantern. If maybe we spark up that romance, just like in Justice League Unlimited, that great, amazing animated series where you had that romance between those two characters. So I would not at all mind seeing that here as well, and also just great to see Hawkgirl in action here. In this animated movie, since we did see Hawkman in Justice Society World War II. And so we got some more great shots here of John Stewart Green Lantern with Green Arrow, Sinestro with a character off to the right who looks very similar to, I don't remember the character's name, but there was this character on Batman the Brave and the Bold. The Blue Beetle and Batman were fighting, and I feel like it was like Conjaro or something like that. That looks like Conjaro. Something along those lines. If you know more about that character, you can let me know in the comments below. But I'm liking the designs of these characters. So you kind of got our heroes versus our villains. I am wondering who that is, though, because you have, obviously, off to the left, it's John Stewart, then you got Green Arrow, and you have Hawkgirl on the right, but who is this character standing next to Hawkgirl, who has longer hair? I don't know. I really do not know. Maybe Hal Jordan didn't die and he was just like teleported somewhere and they have to go rescue him, and so when they do rescue him, he's got longer hair. Maybe that's what's going on here. I don't know, but another great shot of Green Arrow and Hawkgirl there. Sinestro and our villains. Hawkgirl going into action. She looks great. A character that kind of looks like Doomsday, although I doubt it is going to be Doomsday. So I'm assuming it's probably going to be just, some random cool alien. And then John Stewart, still wearing his jacket, trench coat thing, but he's doing some cool power constructs. Sinestro battling Green Lantern John Stewart. He looks great as well. We do also see that we're going to be getting flashbacks to when John was a soldier and when he was in the military. And so then we get at the end, look for it on digital and Blu-ray. The Blu-ray cover art for this movie looks beautiful. Like, that looks really cool. And of course you have the art on the side that you can put side by side with these other DC animated movie universe movies to form the word DC Comics, and it looks pretty cool so far. So this movie, it comes out on July 26, 2022. So really not that far away. This is what I'm really excited for, because these other ones like Howlman Hunted and Constantine, those are cool looking, and I'm especially excited for Constantine. But this one that I'm like actually really hyped for, because this looks like not only a great movie to explain more connections within this new DC animated movie universe, but also it just looks like a great Green Lantern movie, which is something I'm excited to see as well. But anyways, guys, you can let me know your own thoughts on this in the comments below. What did you think about this first official trailer for Green Lantern Beware My Power? What do you think about all these Justice League connections, John Stewart's Green Lantern, and what do you want to see from this film? So guys, thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and hit the subscribe button so I can keep you up to date on everything goes on in the DC life.